So this is my second time using a pen display, again courtesy of XP Pen. And this is the Artist 12 2nd Gen, currently just over £200 in the UK, so let's take a look at what's included in the box. As you might expect, there's the pen display itself, which does come in 4 different colours, and I chose to go with the slick black and grey design. There's the X3 stylus, cleaning cloth, artist glove, some extra nibs, and the usual inserts and instruction manuals. There's also a suite of different cables for various connections, for both USB-C and a USB-A to HDMI combo cable, and it comes in a box which you can slide off the table. That was fun. So the overall dimensions of the device are 346.2mm wide, 209mm high, and 12mm deep. It has a 12-inch display that is fully laminated with a resolution of 1920 by 1080, and the color accuracy is 127% sRGB, 94% Adobe RGB, and 90% NTSC. There's also 8 programmable buttons down the left side of the device. The stylus uses XP Pen's new X3 Elite chip, which takes just 3 grams of initial force to activate, which essentially means that the display is very sensitive to even the slightest amount of pressure. There's 0.6mm retraction distance, and the stylus can be tilted up to 60 degrees, and it supports up to 8,192 levels of pressure. This pen display is also supported on Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, and Chrome OS. So pretty versatile depending on which platform you're using. So as you can see, this display has a smart yet somewhat stylized look to it. The body is mostly plastic, interspersed with areas around the edge that sport a rubber-like material. The 8 buttons on the left side also share this same rubbery material, and they feel nice to press with a firm, reassuring click. These choices in materials also make the device incredibly light. Now there is a little bit of flex on the back, so if you are planning on throwing this in your bag and heading out, just make sure it doesn't get squashed or bent out of shape, because it's not unheard of for very expensive devices made out of metal to slowly bend over time. So to avoid this, I'd recommend getting a protective sleeve or case. So the build quality is good, but the attention to detail is even better. Like looking closely, where the different materials meet is virtually seamless and quite literally isn't rough around the edges at all. This attention to detail is usually the first thing I notice when reviewing or using any products, so the fact that XP Pen have done an excellent job here was something that immediately impressed me. The stylus, on the other hand, does feel a bit cheaper in terms of build quality, especially when compared to other styluses, and the secondary button does have a little bit of wiggle to it. However, once I actually started using the device, these things just weren't really an issue. Yeah, sure, if you pick up a more premium stylus that has a better build quality, you're going to notice the difference. But to be honest, 5 minutes of designing with this, I was having so much fun, it became a complete non-issue because the overall experience of using this stylus with this pen display is so on point. On point, ooh, a nice pun, I like that, we'll keep that in. Speaking of being on point, let's talk about the performance. So it's relatively well priced, looks good, and is overall well made. But none of that means anything if it's a laggy, jittering mess that makes you want to throw your computer out the window. Fortunately, it's not. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Yes, the stylus features a new X3 Elite chip, but marketing terminology aside, what does that actually mean for you and me? Well, in short, it means the tracking is good. Actually very good. I'd even go so far as to say great. Not totally flawless, as there is a teeny tiny delay, but it's fast enough that it kept pace with me whilst working, and I like to work pretty fast. So if you're planning on using this with a USB-A and the HDMI cable together, just be aware that this stylus and display don't have a battery in them. So whilst it will still run, you're going to notice a little bit of a lag, a bit of delay with the tracking. Now it is still usable, but personally I would never use it this way. I would connect the included USB-A cable, the red one, to a mains power adapter to get full performance, or if you're using USB-C, that cable type can deliver enough power as well as power the display as well. So USB-A to mains or USB-C, either of those options give you enough power to run this display at its best. Another nifty little feature that is perfect for me is the ability to hold the power button down for 3 seconds and boot into tablet mode. This essentially keeps the display off and lets you use the device as a typical graphics tablet. Alternatively, if you're working on, say, a giant 30-inch professionally calibrated monitor, and you want to design with the advantages of using a stylus, but obviously don't need the pen's display itself, again, this is another good example where you can switch into tablet mode and get all of the benefits, but still use your giant display. And generally I work all over the place, so this flexibility suits me perfectly. My only real niggle throughout this entire review process was that the USB-C to C connection didn't work right out of the box. And because my MacBook Pro only has USB-C ports, I needed to use a USB-A HDMI dongle as a workaround. The good old dongles, eh? And whilst I did try a few different USB-C cables, some of them wouldn't even fit because the ports are so tightly designed, it's pure luck as to whether your USB-C cable will actually fit. So my advice is, if you are planning on using USB-C to connect this up, just spend that extra £10 or whatever it is on the cable, just so the whole thing works right out the box. Now it's worth mentioning at this point that my USB-C issue has magically resolved itself somehow. Not sure whether it was a driver update or a software update, but yeah, USB-C to USB-C on my Mac now works. Genuinely confused how this issue fixed itself, but happy nonetheless. So just make sure you've got the latest drivers just to be on the safe side. It's also worth mentioning that these issues relating to USB-C were only on my MacBook Pro, and on my Windows desktop and laptop, everything worked fine from the get-go. I understand the inclusion of a USB-C cable being optional because the people who are using USB-A and HDMI won't need it. However, they should have included a power adapter for these people so that they can get the most performance out of this device right out of the box, without needing to source a third-party power adapter. Fortunately, a USB-A to mains power adapter is pretty cheap to buy, and I've got plenty kicking around, but definitely something to be aware of. So final thoughts, is it any good? Well yes, in my opinion this is a very well designed and high performing pen display, and it's very reasonably priced. And whilst it's not got the premium construction of its £800 bigger brother, and has a slightly cheaper feeling stylus, it's around a quarter of the price and packs a similar, if not the same, real world performance. Enough that I couldn't really tell the difference anyway. For example, I used this pen display to create my entry for Benny's Spooky Edit War, which took over 20 hours to make, working from the studio, from home, and even from a coffee shop. And the Artist 12 was a pleasure to use the entire time. So is it worth it or not? Well, I'll leave that for you to decide, but for me personally, it was a great and very flexible experience. So there we go, that wraps up my review of the Artist 12 2nd Gen from XP Pen. Thanks again to XP Pen for sending me this unit to review, and to you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.